What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are bringing Sirfetch'd to the Ultra League Premier Cup in Go Battle League. Sirfetch'd has some amazing matchups. This thing's an absolute monster, and today we're utilizing it with Magnezone on the lead and Drifblim safe swap. Now on Sirfetch'd we are also running with Night Slash instead of Close Combat. That's going to really help us out against Pokemon that would otherwise resist both fighting and grass type moves. For example, maybe a Dragonite, or maybe a Charizard, or a Venusaur. Night Slash really helps out in those situations, and Close Combat isn't necessarily needed to take down the tanks that we do see. On top of that, Night Slash also has a chance to give you a boost, which we will see today. But Magnezone on the lead really handles a lot of counters to a Sirfetch'd, and then Drifblim on safe swap provides a lot of pressure to shields and lowering the attack of our opponents so we can come in and farm. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about today's video. How is Ultra League going for you guys? Be sure to smash that like button, and let's go ahead and get right into the battles. Alright, moving into the first battle here, let's see how this one goes. If you guys haven't seen Ho-Oh yet, I have showcase battles on the channel as well with Ho-Oh that I used last night, and it's absolutely incredible. But first match, we have Lucario on the lead, an absolutely bad lead for us. We're going to go ahead and swap into Drifblim right here. Now, we have to watch out for Shadow Ball. Lucario does have access to it. Counter Shadow Ball, Power Up Punch, or Aurora Sphere is going to be its normal moveset, and it is a Shadow Ball, so we do shield that successfully. Now I went ahead and threw a Shadow Ball right there, hoping to catch it on Lucario, but instead this is going to go into Clefable, and we actually landed, which is really nice for us. Charm is going to be doing a lot of neutral damage to us, but because we landed a Shadow Ball, we can now go for Icy Winds right here. It's going to be lowering the attack of Clefable, applying pressure to shields, and we might be able to come out of this really, really well. So we do get a shield right there. We're going to be able to get to another Icy Wind. This might KO if it lands, or we could get a second shield. If we get a second shield right here, we're going to farm with Magnezone. We do get a second shield, which is fantastic, and they threw a charge move right here, so we're going to go ahead and let it go. Magnezone, that steel typing, is going to be resisting charm here, so we can come in and farm a lot of energy. Wild Charge is going to do a lot of neutral damage to Lucario, and I imagine we can actually get to almost 2 Wild Charges, so we're just going to commit to the hard farm down. Yes, we are going to be taking damage with charm, but that's okay. They have no shields in the back, and we have back-to-back Wild Charges. This is deadly. We'll have to see what the Pokemon comes in. It's going to be a Crobat right here, so this is going to be basically one-shotting to super effective damage because of the flying typing, so we absolutely chunk it, but they swap out now into Lucario. We're going to go ahead and swap into Sirfetch'd and just farm down. Charge move now coming through. We're going to go ahead and shield it. That was a visual glitch, by the way, to Crobat. It did way more damage than that, but we are going to be able to farm down, and we can safely go for Night Slash right here against the Crobat. It would be Leaf Blade would be resisted, right? But Night Slash is going to do neutral, and that is going to be a good battle, as you guys can see the health right there on Crobat. So moving into the next battle, let's see how this one goes. All these battles were done on Twitch live stream as well, so thank you for everyone for hanging out who watched these battles today. They were really, really awesome. So we have Lapras on the lead, and what I like to do in this matchup is let them throw their Surfs. The second we throw Wild Charge, but they actually swapped into Tangrowth, so we're going to go ahead and go into Drifblim right here. We have to shield that first Rock Slide. Rock Slide will be doing super effective damage, but once we shield that first one, which will do the most damage because we're going to be using Icy Wind, that not only does super effective damage because of grass typing here against Tangrowth, but it also lowers the attack. We don't need to essentially shield more Rock Slides, but we do get a shield from them, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and let this next Rock Slide come through. I try to get to the Icy Wind, but we don't get in time. So we're going to let this one come through. It will be doing super effective damage, but not enough to take us out. As you guys can see right there, we're going to go ahead and load up on energy, go for another Icy Wind right here. Again, lowering the attack of our opponent, doing super effective damage, and potentially getting another shield. So we landed, the attack fell again, and we're going to be able to get to another Icy Wind. I'm actually going to go ahead and shield this right here. I'm looking to actually come in and farm down, potentially, or get a second shield, and we have 2 answers in the back, plus I'm worried what their last Pokemon may be. I'm thinking it might be Gallade, so we're going to go ahead and throw Icy Wind. This might get the shield, which it does, and we can actually win the race to the next Icy Wind here in the 2-shield scenario, and this is going to be KOing the Tangrowth right here, and then we can successfully realign our Sirfetch'd to whatever we need to. We're going to see Lapras come in, and it is going to farm us down. Again, what we want to do with Magnezone right here is not throw Wild Charge right away. Surf does way more damage once our shields are down, so I'm going to go ahead and let them throw both. You guys can survive this. So this first Surf is going to be doing neutral damage, not going to KO. The second one, which is going to be coming right here, is not going to be enough to KO as well. But Wild Charge is going to do a lot of damage. So what we want to do now is risk it for that biscuit, survive right there, and now throw Wild Charge. This is going to be doing massive damage to the Lapras and potentially one-shot it. We'll have to see. Yep, we basically one-shot it right there, and we swap now into Sirfetch'd against Charizard. Now, we still have a Wild Charge ready to go for the Charizard in case our Sirfetch'd goes down. But this is why we have Night Slash right here, everyone. Neutral damage in the matchup, and hopefully we can get to another Night Slash. They do decide to throw Charge Move. I'm guessing this is going to be Blast Burn, because Dragon Claw won't be enough to take us out, but it is actually just a Dragon Claw. We're going to be able to get to one more Night Slash right here, and that's going to be enough neutral damage to take out Charizard. Again, we still have Wild Charge on Magnezone, so we would have just thrown that to Charizard. But hey, good game, well played. Moving into the next battle here, let's see how this one goes. Sirfetch'd, I think, is a phenomenal new fighter for the Ultra League, and it's a fighter that actually transcends to all three leagues: Great League, Ultra League, and Master League. So we have Magnezone on the lead versus Empoleon. Again, another one of those matchups where we don't want to throw Wild Charge right away. What we want to do is actually bait. I'm going to go for the Mirror Shot. I was counting the fast moves there of Empoleon, knowing that they're going to get to Hydro Cannon. They're likely going to want to shield this right here, which we do get the shield, which is solid. We can survive a Hydro Cannon, so I'm actually not going to shield this right here. I'm going to get to that Wild Charge and put pressure on them to shield again. So Empoleon doesn't take us out. We're going to be able to get to the next Wild Charge. This is going to do super effective damage because of that water typing, right? And we may get the second shield as well. We'll have to see. We land it. That's huge. That is awesome. We'll have to see what other Pokemon they have. It's going to be Gallade. Now we can bring in Drifblim right here. Drifblim is going to be resisting Leaf Blade and Close Combat because of the Ghost Flying typing right here, but Confusion damage still adds up. Now Icy Winds and Hex will also do quite a bit of damage here to Gallade, so we're going to be putting a lot of pressure on them to want to shield. We do see a swap now into Gengar, and we're actually going to go into Sirfetch'd. What's great here as well is we have Night Slash. Again, Night Slash does super effective damage to Ghost-type Pokemon, and a lot of people don't expect it. The ideal moveset from PvPoke is running Close Combat Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade would be otherwise resisted, but Night Slash right here does super effective damage, and it's going to absolutely destroy the Gengar right there. So boom, we land it. We're going to be able to basically farm down. Now, I'm not going to shield right here. Shadow Claw or Shadow Punch would not do enough damage to take us out, and we also don't want Gallade to get a lot of energy. So we're going to be able to farm that down. Now we're going to try to get to that Leaf Blade if we can. We can get to the Leaf Blade in time. This is going to be doing neutral damage here to Gallade. Force them to shield, otherwise they would go down. So we do get the shield right there. They are going to farm us down, but we are basically 2 Hex away. We get 1 Hex right there. We're 2 Hex away from an Icy Wind, and Leaf Blade will not KO, neither will Close Combat. So here comes another charge move. Going to be another Leaf Blade. Again, we resisted because of the flying typing, and all we need to do is throw the Icy Wind right now, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played to my opponent. But Drifblim definitely coming in clutch, and that Night Slash coming in clutch against Gengar right there. Again, you guys don't really need Close Combat in order to take out Lapras or Snorlax. What you guys need is Night Slash for super effective or neutral to things that would otherwise resist. Moving into the next battle, let's see how this one goes. We have Magnezone on the lead versus Charizard. Somewhat of a tough matchup right here. Wild Charge will obviously be doing super effective damage, but Fire Spins really start to add up. So what we want to do is be counting their fast moves and go for a Mirror Shot first. Again, they're just about to get to Blast Burn, so I want them to feel the pressure and want to shield, so we do get a shield. And then now we're going to go for Wild Charge. Charge move now coming through. I'm debating shielding it, but I do decide to shield actually, and it is going to be a Blast Burn. So that was a good shield right there. We can go ahead and go for Wild Charge, but they swap now into Machamp, which is actually pretty nice for us because Wild Charge will do a lot of neutral damage. And I'm actually going to come in with the Sirfetch'd right here and commit to that farm down. We're going to be resisting Rock Slide, and Cross Chop is going to be doing neutral, but we're not going to give up a shield. I think Drifblim might have some play in game, but we'll have to see. So we're going to go ahead and let that go through, commit to that farm down. We'll probably see the Charizard come back in, which we can go for Night Slash. Again, does neutral damage in this matchup. We'll be applying a lot of pressure to them to want to shield right here. So we'll have to see. We land it, which is great, and hopefully we can get to another one in time. Yes, no, we can't. Actually, Charizard survives right there with 1 HP in a dream. This is very important because look at how much health is on that Charizard. So we're going to go ahead and come in with Drifblim now. They do get off a charge move, and I got a Hex through right there. We're going to go ahead and shield this. It was a Blast Burn, which is a solid shield. And then they swap out now into Swampert. And I thought the Charizard went down because I snuck that fast move through. So in my head right now on live stream, I'm thinking Swampert's the only thing left. There is no Charizard sack swap potentially in the back. You guys can already see what's going to happen. This is going to come down to sack swap here at the end. So Icy Wind does a lot of neutral damage. We're going to be lowering the attack. I try to swap right there into Magnezone. I don't get the sack swap. So what we'll have to do is take this Hydro Cannon like a champ and hopefully be able to sack swap on another one. Next, again, I'm counting the fast moves right here. 5 mud shots to get to a Hydro Cannon, and hopefully this Icy Wind gets the shield. We do get the shield, and then now I'm counting again. I'm looking to swap, and we do catch it right here, which is really awesome. And again, in my head, Charizard's dead because I got that Hex through. So now we're going to come in with the Drifblim right here, go for the Icy Wind, but my opponent makes an absolutely clutch swap right there into his Charizard that I was not prepared for. And that is basically going to be a good Battle Swampert. It's going to be able to take this one. So very well played to my opponent. That was a great sack swap. We both sack swapped on each other, but I needed to do a better job at paying attention that Charizard was still alive by looking in the top right and seeing that there was 2 Pokeballs up there instead of 1. So we have Magnezone on the lead versus Braviary. What you have to watch out for is close combat here from Braviary. It's definitely a very hard-hitting move, but obviously Wild Charge is going to be doing massive damage as well. Now we do see a charge move coming through. I'm going to go ahead and shield. I know it has access to close combat. I know they're going to throw it and possibly bail. So they do throw the close combat. They're going to bail right now, and they bail into Empoleon, which is actually really nice for us. We're going to go for back-to-back Wild Charges right here, and then we're going to go into that Sirfetch'd and basically commit to the farm down. So we get 1 shield. We're going to go ahead and throw another. This is going to be getting the 2nd shield or near one-shotting the Empoleon, and then we're going to go ahead and swap into that Sirfetch'd. So yeah, we swapped it in the Sirfetch'd. Obviously, we have to watch out for Drill Peck, which is a great charge move here on Empoleon to protect it against fighters, but we can successfully come in here, counter, and then I'm going to throw the Night Slash actually instead of Leaf Blade to fish for that boost. It's going to do enough neutral damage here to an Empoleon, same with Leaf Blade because of that Steel Water typing, but Night Slash gets us the boost right here. Here we go. Braviary is going to come in. We're going to go for another Night Slash. Braviary being a normal flying typing is taking neutral from counters, and Night Slash, because it's boosted now, is going to be enough damage to take it out. The final Pokemon is going to be a Lapras with counter boosted from Sirfetch'd and a Leaf Blade right here. Is this going to one-shot? Did Sirfetch'd just do a casual 1v3? Yeah, it sure did. A great flex there, Sirfetch'd. So yeah, moving into the next battle. So we have Magnezone on the lead versus Escavalier. Terrible matchup. We got to go right away into the Drifblim right here. And we're seeing a Snorlax come in. Now, what's nice about this Snorlax matchup is we can actually take this here at the end. Icy Wind is going to be lowering the attack on our opponent, which is going to make Lick do less and less damage. On top of that, Snorlax is run with typically Body Slam and Superpower or Body Slam and Earthquake, which means we're going to be resisting all the charge moves. We don't need to shield right here because of our Ghost Flying typing. So what we're going to do is just keep going for Icy Winds, and eventually we're going to get to a point at the end of this fight right here where they're going to have to shield or we win switch advantage. So we're going to go ahead and just keep throwing Icy Winds. Attack is getting lower and lower. Lick is doing less and less damage to the point where it's just doing one damage per hit. Again, Body Slams are resisted, which is really nice for us. We're just going to keep going for those Icy Winds, chunking health with neutral damage, lowering the attack, and really setting ourselves up. Because if we get a shield as well, we can come in with Sirfetch'd and farm down. So they're going to be getting to another charge move. I know it kind of feels like you need to shield right here, but you don't. You will survive. Body Slam just does no damage in this matchup. But now we're at the break point right here where they're going to have to shield, because Icy Wind is going to do enough chip damage in tandem with Hex, which is resisted as well because that normal typing, that we're actually going to be able to take this right here. So we're going to be able to farm it down before they get to another Body Slam, and we just flipped that matchup on its head. Now we can realign Sirfetch'd to Escavalier, and we'll have to see what is in the back. The last Pokemon is going to be the Escavalier coming in. We're going to go ahead and go for the Icy Wind to lower the attack right here. Could have potentially gone for Shadow Ball. I was concerned about how many fast moves I could actually get in, so it would have been risky right there, so I just went for the guaranteed Icy Wind. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Sirfetch'd. Now, charge move coming through could be Aerial Ace, could be Drill Run. I'm going to go ahead and let it go through. It is going to be Aerial Ace right there, and then we're going to be able to load up on energy. Next Pokemon is going to be Gallade. So what we're going to do is throw Night Slash. This does neutral to Gallade because of the Psychic Fighting typing, and then we're going to go ahead and swap now into Magnezone. What's great here about Magnezone versus Gallade is we resist Leaf Blade, we resist Confusion, but we have to watch out for the one-shot from close combat. This was built up to close combat, so I'm going to go ahead and shield, and it was close combat, which is really solid for us. That means we can basically commit to farm down right here because they're going to be trying to go for another charge move. Now, I decided to throw the Mirror Shot right here to make them have a decision. Do I want to shield this charge move? Yes, they do. We got a shield for them. That's solid. So now we're going to go ahead and shield ourselves. We don't want to get hit with a close combat. If it is close combat, and it is, perfect. Now we can commit to that farm down right here. We basically have back-to-back wild charges here for the Escavalier. This first one is going to be getting the shield, and Escavalier being that bug steel typing is going to be taking neutral from electric type moves. So we're going to be able to go for the back-to-back, and that is going to be a good battle, very well played. So the ability to farm down right there because of close combat was huge, allowing us to close out the game. Magnezone on the lead versus Swampert. So a really bad matchup right here. We got to bail right away. We're going to go ahead and go into the Drifblim. Again, getting ahead on energy. They're deciding to stay in and go for Hydro Cannons, which is fine. We're not going to give up any shields. I still think Sirfetch'd might be able to close this game for us, but we'll have to see. Hydro Cannon still does quite a bit. So they're deciding to stay in, and I go one too many hexes in. I should have thrown the Icy Wind just before that, but we have to let this one go through as well. Again, they're wasting all their energy, and we can keep Magnezone away from Swampert, which is likely their only counter to it. So what we're going to do is go for Icy Winds right here, start chunking health, lower the attack. They can't farm us down, so we're going to be able to get to another Icy Wind. Again, lowering the attack. Could potentially get a shield here as well. They may think it's Shadow Ball. We do get a shield, which is awesome. And they are going to be able to farm us down, which is unfortunate. We can't get to another Icy Wind. So what we're going to do now is come in with Sirfetch'd. We successfully kept Swampert completely away from Magnezone, which means Magnezone with 2 shields might have some more play here endgame for us, because they only have 1 shield and the hard counter is already on the field. So we're going to go ahead and shield this Hydro Cannon. It's still going to do quite a bit of damage. We're going to look to commit to the farm down. They swap now into Dragonite, which is perfect. We can bring in Magnezone right here. Again, Spark and Wild Charge do neutral because of the Dragon Flying typing. We also resist Dragon Claws and Hurricanes and Dragon Breath, which is this going to be a Dragon Claw. So what we can do is build up to near 2 Mirror Shots, and we're going to go ahead and go for Wild Charge right here. Again, this will be one-shotting if it lands. If we get a shield, we can basically go for a back-to-back. So we land it, beautiful, we take it out. We're going to see Charizard now come in, so we're going to go ahead and go for Wild Charge. Thankfully, we got it right there. That was very, very close. This Wild Charge will one-shot if it lands, but they shield, and now it is up to Sirfetch'd with 1 shield to handle a Swampert with energy and a Charizard with energy. Let's see how it goes. We're going to go ahead and shield this charge move. I'm guessing it might be Blast Burn, the mandatory throw, but it's actually Dragon Claw, which is really nice for us. I need to overload on energy because I'm anticipating them swapping at some point. I need to have a Leaf Blade ready to go to KO the Swampert that would come in. So again, here comes another charge move. I'm like, oh, this is Blast Burn. That's good game, but is it? No, it's just a Dragon Claw right there. We survive. We're ready for that swap. Here it is. We're going to go ahead and throw the Leaf Blade right away before they can throw the Hydro Cannon. This is going to be one-shotting the Swampert and then Charizard in the back. It's going to be a race to that Night Slash, and we get to it in time. This is going to do enough neutral damage in the matchup. So Sirfetch'd absolutely flexing here endgame, able to take that one right there, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. We have Magnezone on the lead versus Lapras. So again, a very positive matchup for us. We don't want to throw Wild Charge right away. We want them to throw their Surfs because we don't want to take any extra damage, and we can basically go for back-to-back. So they're building up to 2 Surfs of 8 Ice Shards. So we're going to go ahead and let these go through. Again, we can survive right here. It's going to be close, but we can survive. There's one. They're going to go ahead and throw the next, but actually throw the Mirror Shot right here. They have quite a bit of energy, so I'm guessing they're going to want to survive, and they do throw, which is great. So now we're going to go ahead and let this next one go through. We don't have to shield ourselves because we can survive, and then we're going to throw that Wild Charge right away. This is going to be doing super effective damage, but they actually swap out now into Toxicroak. So Toxicroak will still be taking a lot of damage right there, as you guys can see. We swap into Drifblim, which is going to be resisting counter. Dynamic Punch, Sludge Bomb, Mud Bomb, whatever it is, we can survive, and we can completely farm down right here, which is really nice in this matchup because of our Ghost Flying typing. Again, Ghost resists poison. So now we have a Shadow Ball ready to go. We almost have 2 Icy Winds, and we're just going to spam that Shadow Ball for likely the Lapras coming back in. But it's actually a Snorlax, so a misplay right there on my end. Definitely see what Pokemon is coming in. I should have known that I can survive a Surf, so I should have been going for Icy Winds. But what's great here, we have 2 shields. We have Sirfetch'd. We're going to trust in Sirfetch'd here to close this game for us because, again, counter Leaf Blade Night Slash is going to absolutely shred. And we're going to let Drifblim just lower the attack more and more here on the Snorlax. Charge move now coming through. It's going to be Body Slam. Lapras again is energy dry. They did throw back-to-back Surfs. We're going to go ahead and swap now into Sirfetch'd and just counter down. We're going to load up on energy. They do decide to bring in the Lapras. We're going to go ahead and throw the Leaf Blade. This does super effective damage in the matchup. We still have 2 shields. And they don't have too much energy, so they do decide to shield, which is fine. We're going to build up to another Leaf Blade and take out the Lapras now. Snorlax is in the back. It has some loaded energy, but we still have 2 shields, so this is basically a good game. Again, Sirfetch'd closing out games hard for us, and that is going to be a good battle. We're going to go ahead and shield once right here. We don't want a Body Slam to hit us, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. But again, trusting in Sirfetch'd to close out for us right there as soon as we took out the Toxicroak. Moving into the next battle, let's see how this one goes. We have Magnezone on the lead versus Magnezone. So mirror matchup right here. Somewhat tough to deal with. You always got to be prepared for mirror shot baits. But Wild Charge is resisted as well, which is nice. And they decided to throw right away. I'm not going to shield. This means that their Wild Charge is right there. It's going to be doing a decent amount of damage, but now they're going to take more damage from us. So I'm going to go for back-to-back Wild Charges right here. I'm actually a fast move ahead. This first Wild Charge should be getting the shield for my opponent, so we'll have to see. We do get the shield. We're going to go ahead and go for the second one right here. This could potentially KO. Again, their defenses are lowered, so this is going to be very, very close. And it holds on with 1 HP and a Dream, so we're actually going to let this go. I want shield advantage. Drifblim does well with shield advantage. Sirfetch'd does well with shield advantage as long as it's not a hard-hitting fast move like Confusion or Charm. So what we're going to do now is come in with Sirfetch'd, get a bit ahead on energy, and we're going to utilize that Drifblim as safe swap again with shield advantage. So let's see what decides to come in. It's going to be Poliwrath, which is a huge tell that they don't actually have a counter to Sirfetch'd, which is really nice. Sometimes you're going to run into teams that actually can't handle the Sirfetch'd, and you can absolutely go off. Leaf Blade does super effective damage. We're going to go ahead and shield ourselves. I know this is going to be Ice Punch, but again, I'm reading that Poliwrath is their best counter, so as long as I load up on some energy, we'll have to see what is in the back. I'm not going to throw again. I'm reading something in the back, maybe Swampert potentially could be in the back, maybe Snorlax, maybe Lapras. So we're just going to go ahead and commit to the farm now. We'll have to see what the final Pokemon is. It is going to be a Swampert. So we're going to build up to 2 Leaf Blades, and now we have the back-to-back. This is going to be doing super effective damage and one-shotting Swampert because it is double weak to grass, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played, and I believe that was the last one there. Yeah, that was the last battle. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team. Have you guys looked at Sirfetch'd? It's absolutely phenomenal. I encourage you guys to go on PvPoke, start building teams around it. There's a lot of flexible options. This thing is a great fighter against the Ultra League Premier Cup meta that we do see. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.